Hey guys, I just got King Cold in. This figure is way too big to sit on my normal, figure reviewing set, so we're gonna take a look at the box real quick before we open it up, and we'll just take him out, and we'll start from there. So this is the box. It is huge. King Cold himself is huge, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here is King Cold in all his glory. To give you an idea of what I was talking about with how big this is, just look at this plastic. It's huge. You can already see Goku in the background as a bit of a preview point for size comparisons and everything. The big thing that was upsetting with this figure from the get-go was this chair that they included with him because it artificially inflated his price, right? This guy was a lot. And not optimal, but look at him. You gotta have King Cold. You need to have him in your home. So let's go ahead and take this top off of here. It looks like there's a little cape piece as well. That will just tumble out of the box. Hopefully that's okay. That's normal. And we'll throw that out of the way. So we'll take this little piece, just set that to the side. Let's see if we can get this chair out here easily. Oh, it just slides right out. Okay. Now, holding this is a hefty boy, this little chair here. One thing I was worried about with this chair, it was if this piece right here was going to be somehow molded across the back. Obviously, this is meant to be the inside of his cape, but it does kind of look like just some normal dressing that you might see in a chair. So really, if you want to pose anyone in here, top of mind, Lord Zed from Power Rangers might look great here. I know he has his own throne if you buy the Super 7 figure, but that's neither here nor there. This is not a Power Rangers unboxing. This is a Dragon Ball unboxing. Sorry, if you're hearing noises, it's my dog. She's in the room. Normally, she's not in here, but I figured this was low stress enough for her that it would be okay. So take King Cold out. Oh, that's nice. Right out, his head comes off. So, hopefully his head goes on at all. So let's get this out of here. Because this guy is so huge, I am really far back from where I would normally be. So I'm really having to reach across here like crazy just to get this on. So let's just try to do this up closer here. I've got to, using my phone as my camera this time. Doug chastised me. And that's just falling right off too. I don't even know where his face went. This is off to a great start. What the heck? His face just went into the ether. I found it. It was hidden in the shadows of my desk, and who knows. But in the meantime, I did get his head back on. So hopefully that won't happen again. Let's just go ahead and stuff this in here. And get all set. Boom. Now he is King Cold. Make no doubt about it. Chilly. Let's take this little plastic out here and throw that away so my dog doesn't get to it. All right. Now this, as you can see, is huge. Let's go ahead and put this plastic piece back here. Looks like there's a lot of assembly points here. Let's check his instructions. See if there's any notes about the order in which to do this. Doesn't look like there's an order, but I might want to start with his tail. So, in his box came another sheet, which fit behind him, and his chair has all of his accessories in there. Let's go ahead and take this out and take a look at his tail. Stuff shouldn't be allowed to be this big. All right, let's pop his tail in there. See if we can get a good, nice pop sound on there, and we can't. All right, we are in... lots of sounds happening here. We are in a territory here trying to get this in there, but we're not getting the sound that we want. That is not going in. Give me a second. We got it. We got it. It's happening. It's in. Okay. This is huge. Again, you're going to hear me say that like a million times about this figure. It's insane. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he does have okay balance. We'll get to that later. Let's find the right piece here. He's got all sorts of stuff in here. I can't tell which piece needs to be which. We've got here, of course, I'm not really doing a great job of showing this stuff on camera as I'm doing it, but I think this is the piece that goes for his cloak. So we'll pop this in next. Hit the camera while we do it. This kind of pegs in here. What's cool about this, I don't know if you guys noticed it, while I was trying to get this in there. Jeez. These are on hinges, which means that you gotta be kind of careful in getting that in. Okay, it's in. As you can see, it's on hinges. In case you ever want to have him like flying at Trunks or something, which happens in the series, remember? Okay, and let's pop this in here. This is just the normal top part of this. No hinges or anything on this, just a normal piece of plastic just to cover that gap. And hey, that looks pretty good. I mean, you do have this kind of joint right here, but that's for functionality. And then pull his tail down just a little bit, let that sit a little bit more flush, and this bad boy is not going to be falling over. So let's take a look at some of his accessories here. As is part of the course with some of these figures, you've got arms crossed. I'm not going to put that on him. I don't want his arms crossed. I mean, well, you know, maybe I do, but I don't want to do that on camera because that'll take forever. He comes with a bunch of different hands here. So just, these are for holding Trunks' sword, as you can see right there. He can hold it with both hands at the same time, which is good. This hand, well, I mean, these are just like your traditional grab or key blast hands sometimes. I'm not sure, this hand, maybe this is just his relaxing hand when he's going to be sitting down. And then this is like he puts his head in his hand right there. That's what that one is. Comes with another, I don't know, forehead here. Because the eyebrows on this are a little bit angrier. So that's where you would put one of these two open mouth or gritting teeth faces. This other one is another smiling face, but his teeth are kind of showing a little bit. This is meant to be the face that he has when he's sitting in the chair. And then this is, again, the piece that goes on his back while he is in the chair. That just fits on the back over there, so his tail can fit. And then this will fit right in that chair. Okay, let's take a look at Trunks' sword here, because if you remember in the original material, King Cold holds this sword, and it does seem to grow bigger, obviously, as King Cold is huge himself, and make no mistake, this is still a big sword. For comparison's sake, at this point, let's take a look at the original SH Figuarts Trunks here. Sword's his entire body, and let's flip this around so you can see the sword in its sheath here. And look at how much bigger it grows once King Cold is in the picture. So we'll take Trunks out of here. Say goodbye to Trunks. He's going back to his timeline. Let's focus more on King Cold. So if you've got King Cold here, right, what are the figures you're going to want to pose with him? Well, you can obviously want to pose him with his son, Cyborg Frieza, appropriately small. Some people online have been saying that King Cold maybe should have leg extenders and someone make some custom pieces for that. And I frankly agree. As big as this guy is even bigger in the original series. But as it stands, with the exception of Porunga, Ozaru Vegeta, and Shenlong, this is the biggest Dragon Ball Figuarts. Now you might be saying, well, what about second form Frieza and final form Cell? Well, I'm here to show you that no, King Cold's still bigger than Frieza. And no, King Cold is still bigger than Cooler. So there you go, the Father, the Son, and I guess he's the Holy Spirit because Cooler is the best one. Movie 6 shouts out, even though I never got the Meta Cooler figure, it's because I didn't want like a shiny, mirror-y figure on my shelf. I want them to do like a matte, more silver and greenish version, and then I'm all over that. Shouts out, San Diego Comic-Con next year, let me know. And of course, last but not least, let's take a look here with Goku. Can't go wrong. Goku is always the normal size figure. You can see the scale is enormous of King Cold. He's going to look monstrous next to any figure you place him next to. And that's it for King Cold. Real quick, I'll do a couple of poses, show you him in his chair, and then probably with his arms crossed, as I'll leave that here in my shelf. And then I'll show you how he looks on the shelf, if I even have any room for it. All right, here is King Cold just chilling in his chair. It's cool, the back piece here, you really have to kind of shuffle it and understand that he's meant to lean across it. So when that piece goes in the middle, it doesn't just go in like straight. You have to angle it because he's angled his body here as he's just sitting here relaxing, waiting to go to Earth and kill some Earthlings until Son Goku comes up. All right, lastly, let's take a look at him with his arms crossed, which will probably be how I leave him for the foreseeable future. Okay, that ended up being way more difficult than I was expecting, but here is King Cold in all of his glory. Fantastic figure. Again, let's pose him next to small Frieza, and then let's pose him next to Big Frieza. That's right. Big truck just drove by when I said that, so maybe that got picked up. But there you go. King Cold. Check him out. Well, I mean, you can't check him out now because he's in the aftermarket. But let this be a lesson to not wait until the aftermarket on these things, because they put out some great figures. This one I declined to get from Premium Bandai. I went with Hobby Genki because with the exchange rates and shipping and everything, it was going to come out to about $23 cheaper to get this versus get it at Hobby Genki versus Premium Bandai. However, those shipping charges were being based on specifications given from Bandai. And then I got a notice from Hobby Genki saying like, hey, the shipping specifications that were given to us were wrong. And it's going to be this exorbitant amount of shipping extra to get this guy sent to you. But I just said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get this figure. Hobby Genki was offering to have to pay up half of the additional shipping fees, which was awesome. I know some places are not doing that, but either way, glad to finally have this guy home, part of my collection. Love it, love it, love it. King Cold, check him out.